Hey there. In today's video, we are talking about some of the most interesting homes currently on the market in our MLS. So changing up the format a little bit, and we're going to go to the map and go to actual listings. And I'm going to tell you what makes them interesting and why they are ranking on this list. So to set this up for you, in our MLS right now, we have something over 28,000 active listings. That is a lot to go through. So I've created some categories. And then from there, if you look at the map over here, I kind of put my cursor in between Fort Worth and Dallas along Interstate 30. And then I made that my center point and then went 50 miles out in every direction with a circle. So from there, we kind of get a little up north over here. We were able to come west of the Rockwall area and then kind of over here to Weatherford and then down a little bit past south of Waxahachie. And so what I've done in it is I've put together some categories that I thought you guys might find interesting. So I wanted to share those with you. So we'll go ahead and launch into this. And I've got notes down here because I wanted to make sure and hit on some of these things. So the first most interesting home on our MLS right now is one that I thought was so cool. And it's actually a short-term rental opportunity. So I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you're fans of NASCAR and know about the Texas Motor Speedway, you can actually live at the Texas Motor Speedway. So right now on our MLS, there's actually a couple of listings for sale. You can have a condo overlooking the racetrack, which is pretty impressive. So if NASCAR and fast cars are your thing, then this could be a really neat opportunity for you. And the nice thing too is you can do a short-term rental on this property if you want to. So looking at this, so you'll see that as part of the amenities, you get a Texas-sized swimming pool or a Texas-shaped swimming pool, I guess I should say. And then, so this listing right here, we'll go back to the details. So you can see it's for $579,000. It's on the ninth floor, or it's one of the tallest floors. There's a couple of penthouse units above this one, I believe, but you've got a great view from this setup, and it's a really good size. So it's 2,500 square feet. And then you'll see as I'm scrolling through, I'm looking at my notes here. So it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom place, and it has built-in stadium seating. And I'll scroll over to that. I mean, you can see here, these are all condo units up here, and they look over the Speedway. And so this is an actual picture of the inside, and you can see it's like a home. You have a living room, but then on top of that, you've got a built-in stadium seating, and so you can actually have your friends over and watch all the things going on. And Texas Motor Speedway has things throughout the year, so it's not just the NASCAR race that you may be familiar with. So scrolling through these, it's pretty interesting that you can actually live at the racetrack. So, and you'll see these bedrooms are very generous sizes, great bathrooms. So lots to offer here. And like I said, you can see it looks like maybe they were possibly using it as a short-term rental. So it's kind of neat that you have that opportunity. So some of the amenities with this one is you also get a gym, garage parking, and that you do also get race tickets as part of your HOA fees. And then you can be at the Dallas Fort Worth Airport in about 25 minutes. So a neat little find there. And so now I'm going to jump over to interesting home number 2. And this is a great buy in the Burbs. So Dallas Fort Worth has tons of suburbs, north, south, east, west. We have them everywhere, as you can imagine. And this one, I like this one because, oh, and also let me flip back to the one at the racetrack. This is actually listed by eXp Realty, Julie Bologna, I'm thinking. And so anyway, great listing, Julie. That's a fun one. I just want to make sure I'm being compliant and give credit where credit's due. And then we have this listing over here. And so let me go back and show you the map where we're looking at. So I showed you this in the very beginning, and I told you I kind of put a pin here and then went 50 miles out in every direction. So the one we just looked at is over here, the one at the Texas Motor Speedway. And then now we're going all the way east to a little town, a little county of Rockwall. It's actually the smallest county in Texas. And the reason I am pointing out this home and why I'm calling it a good buy in the Burbs is because it's $465,000 and you get a great little house here. It's 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It also has a study and it's got a great sized backyard. And we'll go ahead and flip through some of these pictures so you can see it. So it's got wood floors through all of the main living areas, including the office, the home office, a good sized little living room, nice upgrade with the fireplace up to the ceiling and nice tall ceilings in the living room too. A good open kitchen. And I also like that this house, for a while, and this is newer construction, this was built in 2019. So not brand new, but still relatively new. And this house was built around those times, and we're still seeing it where everything was kind of on that gray palette. So it's nice that this one has more of the earth tones around it. So you'll see here we've got the master bedroom, or I'm sorry, the main bedroom, the main bathroom, a couple of pictures of that, the closet, and bedrooms can fit good furniture. And then the extra bathroom here, and then just some extra bedrooms and a good size yard. And what we're finding a lot, especially with newer construction in a lot of the suburbs, is these lots are getting very, very, very small. So to be able to get a house that has any bit of a yard that you can actually play in is a really nice find. And this house is in a neighborhood where they've got some great amenities. They have a neighborhood swimming pool, a stocked pond. It's a catch and release pond. They have sports courts. They have walking trails. You can see here, there's walking trails, and they actually go back through some trees, which is nice. And then they also have a dog park coming soon, and then another or a splash pad. And that's, if you're not familiar with that concept, it's not quite a swimming pool. It's a flat surface and there's things spraying water everywhere. So it's a really fun thing if you have little kids. And so in this house is in, like I said, Rockwall County, which is home to Rockwall ISD schools, which have some really good ratings on the Texas Education Agency website. Rockwall ISD schools score a 94. And that's a really good rating. Not a lot of school districts have A ratings with the Texas Education Agency. So, and that is the group that actually ranks and looks at test scores and does all of the ratings for the schools in the state. So I like to refer to that when looking at schools for clients and direct my clients there. And then, let's see, I'm looking at my notes, another little thing. Oh, so where this property is with Rockwall County. So that was actually listed in Money Magazine in 2020 as one of the best places to live. So we don't hear much about Rockwall County outside of living in the Metroplex. It just doesn't get a lot of airplay. A lot of people talk about the more northern suburbs like Plano, Frisco, Allen, McKinney. That's what you hear more about elsewhere. But Rockwall's, don't sleep on Rockwall. There's some really good things going there. And it's just about 20 minutes east of downtown Dallas. So really nice place to be. So enough of that one. We will swing on over to interesting home number 3. And this is a fun one. This is the biggest home on our MLS. So this one is actually in a little town called Waxahachie. And if you can believe it, this home is 22,000 square feet. And I actually had to double check because I could not believe it myself. And so, yes, this home is actually 22,000 square feet. And folks, it's pretty impressive. So you can scroll here and see all these things. And it kind of begs the question, what fits in 22,000 square feet? Well, I will tell you. So it has 6 bedrooms, 6 full bathrooms, and 3 half bathrooms. It has 7 fireplaces. 7. There's one of the 7 right there. And then also, in addition to that, and you can just see all of these beautiful pictures of the living room and kitchen. Oh, what's that right there? Oh, that's the indoor pool. And not just any indoor pool, a 65,000 gallon indoor pool. That's pretty impressive. And then you've got like a whole living room set up over here, which is amazing. Gorgeous property, gorgeous amenities, a workout room, a sauna, I mean, you name it is there. And this is like a conservatory. I feel like we could play a game of Clue and, Colonel Mustard could be in here with a candlestick. I'm not sure. And then also this is an 800 bottle wine room as part of the house. And then you have the main suite here with one of those 7 fireplaces, gorgeous bathroom. I mean, you can just keep going and going and going. And by the way, on this video, I'm going to have links to all of these listings so you can check them out yourself. They're amazing. You got the game room. There's also a music room, a media room. So, and this is a whole secondary suite upstairs. So pretty impressive, gorgeous pond on the property, and then also a guest house. So a couple of things I wanted to point out with this one is, that's it. Those are all my notes on it. I went through everything. But then also this one in Waxahachie, you are on the south side. I'll show you. Let's go back to that map. So this one is down here. And so that is going to be about 30 miles south of downtown Dallas. So you just hop on 35 and you could get right up there. So the next one on my list of most interesting homes, I'm taking you to a lakefront home. And this is a lot of fun because it is, oh, I ruined the surprise. Oh no, that is the first picture. I try to show the front of the house first, and then we go into the inside of the house, but they actually have the living room as the main picture. So I'll jump into this one. This one is actually in a little city called Rowlett. Again, kind of like Rockwall, it's east of Dallas. You actually hit Rowlett before you hit Rockwall, so it's not as far east as Rockwall is. But what I like about this home is it is on Lake Ray Hubbard. Lake Ray Hubbard, if you like boating, fishing, water sports, things like that, sailing, you can do all of that on Lake Ray Hubbard. And so this home is really cool because it is a very nice home if you want to have a lake home that is, to the nines, but also you're so close to everything. So let's see, you've got great access to the George Bush Tollway, and you are 25 miles to downtown Dallas and 40 miles to the Dallas Fort Worth Airport. Now, this neighborhood, Water's Edge, is kind of a little tucked away, so you don't have immediate access to a major road, but it doesn't take you long to get to the tollway from this neighborhood. So as you're looking at these pictures, you can see it's gorgeous. Now, here's one I want to make sure to explain to you. So where this pin is, obviously that is the house that is being sold. And the way these lots work out, it's kind of interesting how the lines go. So this is actually the dock that belongs to this house. So it's over here to the side. And one thing you want to be careful with, and anytime you're buying property on a lake, you want to make sure to do all your due diligence, that this actually is an outlet right here. So there's a lot of sediment buildup. So you want to make sure this is actually deep enough if you have a deep boat that you would be able to park it here. Otherwise, are you going to have to, dredge this out all the time to keep it functional? So anyway, even if you don't have a boat, this is still a gorgeous property. In this neighborhood, you can see a lot of folks build pools to really enjoy this view. And with this angle, the sun actually rises more over here. But for the most part, you're going to get sunrise views from this home. So really nice opportunity to be very close to Dallas, but living on a lake. And like I said, it's in a gated community. So cute little property. And you can see here, you got the 3 bedrooms with a study, just nice, a lot of nice upgrades through here as we scroll through. And then the bathrooms had a few updates as well. Nice big closet. And then here are your bedrooms. So, okay, let's go back. And then that house, so that one, again, to give credit where it's due, it is listed by Ebby Halliday Realtors with Cheryl Jones. So, and that one is just over $1 million. I actually tried to find a really cool waterfront property that was under $1 million, but those are really hard to find. And probably as we get into the spring selling season, we'll see a few more of those pop up. But this one right over $1 million, and they not too long ago had a decent price drop. So, so this is a really cool property. So, okay, so we've got that one. And then now that was number 4. So now we're going to jump over to number 5. And this is my high rise find. So this is really cool. So, in Dallas Fort Worth, we have all kinds of properties. We have everything from like sprawling estates and ranches. And then we have like luxury high rise living and kind of everything in between. So this one that I'm going to show you here, it is on Victory Avenue. And this is actually, if you're familiar with the Dallas Mavericks, this is like 20 steps to the American Airlines Center. So, and maybe it's 50 steps, but it is very close. So this property, it's the house condos, and these were designed by Philip Stark. And everybody loves to talk about that because it's kind of a cool thing. And as you scroll through this, now it's in a high-rise building. It's a 28-story building. And this unit is on the 5th floor. So not exactly super high-rise, but because you are lower down, you have some really cool features with this particular property, which is why I pulled this one out to be one to feature. And so, and you can see out the windows, you've got great views. And this is, you don't get this with high-rise living, this huge terrace. In fact, it's a 700, let me find my notes, 750 square foot terrace, which is incredible. So, and this is a 1-bedroom, 1.5 bath property. And this is the building pool. So this is a common area for everyone with the building. And this is actually a lounge for people that own property in the building, own units in the building. And this is a gorgeous lounge. There's actually a fireplace over here that you can't see in this picture. It's really great. You can have events here, book it for a private event, really neat place. And then you also have a gym as part of your amenities and kind of a conference center. And this is just outdoor space. And then here's a layout of the property. So you can see the bedroom, the great living area, and then this massive terrace that goes with the property. So really cool find. And let me see, were there any other points I wanted to make on that one? No, that was it. And you're right there next to American Airlines Center. So in American Airlines Center, they have not only basketball, but tons of concerts, tons of things. And it's right in the middle of kind of this uptown area with lots of things happening, lots of development, lots of high rises, just kind of a fun, bustling area. So lots of things to do down there. Okay, so, in this house, let me show you 2 things. One, this is listed with Douglas Elliman Real Estate by Harrison Polsky. But then also on our map, this is, boom, right here in the heart of Dallas. And by the way, I didn't show you the map on the one that was on the lake, the lakefront property. That one's over here in Rowlett. So, okay, so let's jump over to, so we just did our high-rise find. Let's jump over to our most expensive listing on our MLS. And again, this is within that circle that I built where I put the midpoint on the middle of the map and then went 50 miles out. So it doesn't mean it's the most expensive home on our MLS, but it's the most expensive home that fits within that circle I built. So with that one, let's see, it is over here. This is $24,150,000. So quite the listing. And this one is listed by Hoffman International Properties, Vicki Parvin. So really great listing for you, Vicki. And this one, it is 13 acres of real estate, and they market themselves of having half a mile of shoreline that touches Grapevine Lake. It's just not usable shoreline. So when you kind of think about that, you think like, oh, maybe I could build a dock or walk down to the lake. This isn't set up like that. But as you see, when we scroll through these pictures, super serene setting. And this main house is, 4,700 square feet. There are my notes. And there's a little guest house over here too. So, and then they have a huge horse barn. In fact, that's 8,500 square feet. So, 2-story horse stable. So, pretty impressive property. And what you're getting a lot of here is just the land. This real estate, you are, let's see, 10 miles from DFW Airport, and then you are 27 miles to downtown Dallas. So great location for you there. And then you can just scroll through and see more of these pictures. And that's really fun. You got a horse right there. And so they actually have horses. But look at that. I mean, that's insane to have that much space. So if you like horses, this could be a really great property for you. So, anyway, you could just, again, I'm going to have links to these pictures. I could scroll and look at pictures all the time. So, so that was the most expensive home, and that was hitting number 6. And then our 7th home to look at, we are looking at the hottest zip code in DFW. So, and this comes to us from OfferPad, Open Door. and they ranked the top zip codes in the nation. And this zip code was the highest ranking one in the DFW Metroplex, and it's zip code 75126, which actually hits in Forney and a little town called Heartland. So with that one, I've got this one to show you. This one actually just came back on the market, and you'll see here this little teaser screen right here. It's a new build. Right now, I am really liking new builds for people who can go further out and get these opportunities, especially when they need to really work on the interest rate to bring their payment down. And this is actually very affordable for our marketplace. These pictures are a little hard to follow. They go from the house to the community, back to the house, and back and forth. So it's a little hodgepodgey, but it's a great little layout. You've got all the, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, lots of cabinets in your kitchen, and then the solid surface floors, which are a huge plus in the main areas, and in the bedrooms, it's carpet, but decent sized bathroom. And then again, these are amenities, but dual sinks, which is nice for the main suite. And then a decent sized closet. So a nice home in an area that is really starting to boom. And actually, this is in Kaufman County, which is in the fastest growing. Kaufman County is the fastest growing county that we have, and Rockwall County is actually the second fastest growing in our Metroplex. But this home you can get, depending on the terms with the builder, an interest rate as low as 4.99%, depending on the buyer qualifications, but it's listed at $269,000, and it's brand new construction. So I really wanted to point this one out because it is just such a great buy, and that to me is what makes it interesting, is you can get new construction under $300,000 in a part of town, a part of the city, the Metroplex, going smaller to bigger, that is really starting to boom. So definitely wanted to point that out. And also, if you are interested in moving to that area, I actually have a website, livinginforney.com, and you can click over there. And I actually have a whole video that walks you through Forney, walks you through downtown Forney, and shows you some of the things, the big park they have there, all sorts of things about Forney. So you should go and check that out, livinginforney.com. And let's see, that's it. That's all I have for this video. So if you are looking to buy or sell real estate anytime soon in the DFW area, feel free to reach out to me. My name is Jennifer Shannon. I'm a realtor and broker associate with Keller Williams, and my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. So just reach out to me directly by phone or text at 214-803-4444, or shoot me an email to jshannon@kw.com. Bye now.